Welcome back to the fourth tutorial for FNAF Engine. I'm Bryce, the creator of FNAF Engine. In this video, we'll cover two of the pages available in FNAF Engine, Office and Sounds. The Office editor might be the most complex part of FNAF Engine, as it includes many new features and introduces new mechanisms. However, I'll do my best to explain everything as clearly as possible. First, let's open the project. Once it loads, navigate to the Office page. If this is your first time opening it, the Office editor will likely notify you that it doesn't have a background. I've already set up a background. You might notice some differences between the menu editor and the Office editor. Specifically, you'll see two lists in the top right corner, the States list and the Perspectives list. We'll discuss those later. In the Office editor, you can scroll left and right since your background may not be stretched across the entire screen. To move left and right, hold down your middle mouse button, aka the mouse wheel, and move your mouse around. It's kind of glitchy because the extension thinks we're trying to go up and down instead of left and right. Also, in case I didn't mention this in the menu use tutorial, you could zoom in and zoom out into the editors. The Office editor offers many properties to choose from. I won't cover each one in this video, but you can hover over a property name to see a tooltip that explains its function. Most of them should be fairly self-explanatory just based on the names alone. Now, let's talk about perspectives and states. Think of perspectives as different views or locations within the office. For example, in the FNAF 6 office, you can look left, right, and center, which will be three perspectives in FNAF Engine. Each perspective in the office can have multiple states. States represent the appearance of the office, that changes depending on who is represented in it. Every perspective should have a default state, which is the states when no one is in the perspective. Any additional states corresponds to an animatronic that could enter that perspective. For example, if you have a state named Bonnie, it would only be shown when Bonnie is in that perspective. We'll dive deeper into states later in this tutorial and more in the next one. FNAF Engine also includes a state namer window, which allows you to quickly set up the names of your states. There will be more options here once I actually set up the animatronics and light states. The Office accepts more elements than the menus editor, including elements like door button, light button, and a meter. I'll explain meter elements since they are new and not presented in FNAF Engine. Doors in the editor can be a bit weird, as you kind of see right now. In fact, I might remove this weird preview animation feature. It's been a known FNAF Engine bug for a while now, but let's move on. I'll cover two properties for doors, name and recycle. The name property is, of course, the name of the door. I'm mentioning this because some people forget to name the doors, which is necessary when you want to connect doors properly to door buttons. The recycle property is new for doors. If it's set to true, the last frame of the animation will serve as the closed sprite, and the first frame will be the open sprite. If inverse recycle is true, it works the other way around. Door buttons, light buttons, and meter buttons, which will be introduced in a future tutorial, are called toggle elements. Every toggle element shares common properties, especially the slot property, which I want to discuss in the context of door and light button. Let me create a door button real quick. The slot property for elements other than the light button should contain the name of the element they will affect. For example, if you have a door button that controls a door named right door, in fact, let me name this right door right now, it would affect the door named right door. The slot property for light buttons is different. Light buttons control the light states, which determines the prefix of a state. Here's an example. If Bonnie is in the office, the state name would be Bonnie, of course, but if a light button is active and its slot is set to left light, the state will become left light : Bonnie. Finally, let's discuss meter elements. Meter elements allow you to easily set up things like a flashlight's battery level, the power bar, an exposed meter, like the one in One Night at Flumpty's, and more. Meter elements are highly customizable, letting you set up level sprites for your element, or create a simple white meter bar if you don't want to design sprites yourself. To wrap up this tutorial, let's go over to the sounds page. The sounds page allows you to find which sounds FNAF Engine would use under certain events. I'll quickly explain each of the basic sounds. Ambience. This sound plays during the night section of your game. Flashlight. This sound plays when your flashlight is on. Blip sound. This sound plays at the beginning of the night start menu. If it's a custom night start menu, then this sound won't play. Power out. This sound plays when the power goes out during the night section. Mask on. This sound plays when the mask is worn. Mask off. This sound plays when the mask is being taken off. Mask breathing. This sound plays while your mask is on. Mask toxic runout. This sound plays when the toxic meter reaches its highest level. Music box audio. This sound plays in the camera if it contains an animatronic that is on a music box path. Music box runout. This sound plays when the music box in one of the cameras runs out. Office stare. This sound plays when the animatronic enters your office to check if your mask is on or not. The other two sound categories, as you might expect, can contain multiple sounds. Phone calls. These sounds play at the beginning of the night. The order of the sounds determines which one plays on each night. For example, the first sound plays on night 1, the second on night 2, and etc. Default animatronic sounds. Let me add some real quick. Actually, now think about it. Let's just do a random one. Yeah, let's just do this one for example, just for now. This list contains sounds that play whenever animatronic moves. The program selects a random sound from the list to play. For example, well, I don't really need to do an example, but I'll just do this anyway. It will just choose a random sound out of these two once the animatronic moves in a monitor. And that is it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.